The Iran conflict deadline is here, and GOP leaders, including Trump, are locked in a fierce battle over war powers. What happens next could change U.S. military involvement forever. The core of the current standoff is a 60-day timeline created by a Vietnam-era war powers resolution. This law requires the president to get congressional authorization for ongoing military campaigns after 60 days. The deadline passed on May 1, 2026, amid heated debate about whether U.S. operations in Iran constitute a war requiring formal approval. Democrats want to end the military campaign, arguing it needs congressional oversight. Republicans, however, say it's not a war, aiming to avoid legislative restrictions on the president's actions. In a letter to Congress on Friday, former President Trump stated that since April 7, there has been no exchange of fire between U.S. forces and Iran. He declared that the hostilities initiated on February 28 have effectively terminated. This letter downplays the need for immediate congressional intervention, signaling a desire to sidestep the 60-day war powers deadline. Trump's stance fuels GOP reluctance to push for a new resolution that would restrict military operations. Most Republican lawmakers have been hesitant to challenge the president's authority by enforcing the May 1 deadline. The letter from Trump effectively dismisses the urgency of the legal cutoff, and GOP leaders appear unwilling to intervene. This reluctance highlights a partisan divide. Democrats are pushing for ending the military campaign with congressional approval, while Republicans argue the conflict is not officially a war, thereby avoiding the need for formal authorization. Some argue the ceasefire agreement should pause or stop the clock on the 60-day timeline, buying more time before congressional approval is needed. Trump dismissed this claim, insisting the ceasefire does not stop the countdown. This disagreement intensifies the debate over how and when Congress can assert its constitutional role in authorizing military actions. The semantics of the ceasefire versus active hostilities are at the heart of this partisan battle. With the May 1 deadline passed and no consensus in sight, the future of U.S. military engagement in Iran remains uncertain. The partisan clash over semantics and legal interpretation means military operations could continue without formal congressional approval. This ongoing conflict highlights broader questions about executive power, congressional oversight, and how the U.S. navigates new military challenges in the Middle East. This battle over war powers isn't just political theater. It could shape how the U.S. engages militarily in the Middle East for months or years ahead. Understanding these debates helps you grasp how your government decides on war and peace, and why your voice in elections matters. Stay informed and subscribe for daily updates on the biggest political fights shaping your world.